How to Change Your Mind, Part 2. I'm going to talk about two simple but not always easy uh, practices that you can do. Won't cost you a dime, won't take much time either, but can make a huge improvement in your life. And the first is to get pen or pencil and some paper or a notebook or something like that. And every day, spend a little bit of time writing down three things for which you are grateful. And so maybe take you 5 minutes, something like that. And just every day, write down three things for which you are grateful. And at first, this may be pretty easy. It may be pretty easy to call some things to mind. After a while, it may get a little more difficult. You may think, well, I'm repeating myself or whatever. This does a couple things. First of all, as we think about things and consider them, it's almost like we're re-experiencing them. So when we think about things that we're grateful for, it's almost like those things are happening to us again physiologically. Your mind and your body can't really tell the difference, and so it's bringing all of the benefits that gratitude brings to you over and over again as you remember these things and as you write them down. The other thing that's a little more subtle is that after a while you'll find yourself throughout the day looking for things that you can write down later. And so this has the effect of bringing a lot more positivity and a lot more gratitude into one's life because we're on the lookout for it. And our experience of things is shaped so much by our perception of them that it can make a huge difference. So 5 minutes a day, sit down, write down three things every day that you're grateful for. And here are some of the benefits of cultivating this attitude of gratitude as much as we can. First of all, better health just in general. People report fewer symptoms, less pain, better sleep, more sleep. People who suffer from depression have less of that when they cultivate this. Blood pressure gets lower. Folks report more energy and vitality. Can actually give your career a boost. There's been studies on this, and all of these are documented benefits of gratitude. Increased productivity actually reduces materialism, which is fascinating to me. But as we're thankful for things in our lives, apparently the toys and stuff don't matter as much to us. We're thankful for the things that are important, like love and good relationships and all of that. Can increase self-esteem, increase longevity. It can boost your immune system and give you increased resilience when you are ill or other things are going on in your life that you need to bounce back from. Better social interactions, better marriages, and clearer thinking, better decision making. Those are all just quick benefits, quick list of benefits of gratitude. So 5 minutes a day, write down three things for which you are grateful. Second piece of this is also simple, but was really, really difficult for me, and that is cultivating a positive attitude. And when people talk about this, it's like, okay, yeah, there are a lot of benefits to a positive attitude, but how do you actually do it? I was one of these people that would kind of half joke when folks would say, oh, well, you got to be more positive. I'd say, okay, I'm positive it sucks. So that's kind of the point of view that I was coming from with this stuff. But I read a book called Three Magic Words by U.S. Anderson. I'll talk sometime about the story of how I stumbled onto that book. And one of the things that he recommends in there is that you go on a 30-day fast from negativity, in which you try your best for 30 days to not entertain a negative thought. It doesn't mean you won't have negative thoughts, but to not like clutch onto them and hold on to them. So, and maybe you've had days like this. I certainly have and still do from time to time where, some little thing goes wrong and it's just like, yeah, that would have to happen. And then you hang on to it and then that causes your perception of everything else that happens that day to go from bad to worse because you're just hanging on and gripping to this negativity. Uh, a lot of it for me has to do with not speaking negative thoughts. So not complaining, not focusing on all of the negativity in the news, and that's not to say that we don't have problems that we need to uh, take a look at and try to solve, but just the constant, you know, snarky, nasty um, unhappiness that goes on with regard to politics and with regard to a lot of other things in life. It doesn't really help us to solve those problems, and it creates this whole field of negativity and all kinds of research about how that can actually draw real negativity into the world and into our lives. But the main thing for me is just the health aspects of negative, negative, negative all the time. And again, this is something that's well researched. If we can exercise the muscles, energize the parts of our minds and our brains and our bodies really that are active when we are in a positive frame of mind, has all kinds of benefits beyond just that we're feeling better because we're positive. So this is a little bit harder to do than the gratitude journal thing, but certainly worth doing. Now I got to admit, I don't know if I've made it through 30 days yet, where in fact I'm certain that I haven't. When I first started doing this, I would get an hour or so in, and then I'd be like, oh, now I got to start all over again with my 30 days. But you get the idea. And it's particularly hard because I think we're all in such a habit of, complaining about things and particularly when we look at things that impact our lives, but that we don't have a whole lot of say over or control over. It's really easy just to complain and to be miserable and to, one of my bad habits was arguing with strangers on the internet. It's like, why waste time with that sort of thing? And every now and then it still happens. I mean, nobody's perfect. But it's an intriguing idea, at least, to go on a mental diet or a mental fast from negativity, not entertain negative thoughts when one pops in your mind. Just look at it for what it is and kind of let it go rather than wallowing in it. And that's it. Those two things, along with meditation, were kind of the foundation for me of trying to get my mind in the right place. And the physical results of that for me have been huge. I'd love to hear what sorts of things along these lines that you've tried. I'd love to hear your experiences and challenges as well. So please hit me back with some comments. Or feel free to email me, noebie@gmail.com. And I think we'll leave it there for this time. See you soon. Thanks a lot.